Hello, Karen.
It's the reporter.
I'm not a reporter, and my name's not Frank Woolley. That was just an alias that I used to get close to you. My real name is Scott Woolley.
You know, when people want to hide their identity, they usually change their last name.
And what would be the point of that?
Hey, what is your game, mister? Why are you trying to take over my company?
You don't recognize me?
Nope. Why don't you take off the fake nose and the buck teeth?
It was in high school. I was running for student body president. I was so popular and good-looking that nobody dared oppose me, except one girl, a shy, mousy, flat-chested wallflower.
Wow, this story is not going the way I expected.
We had to debate in front of the whole school. I walked in, confident, cool, meticulously prepared. Then she walked in. Overnight, this mealy-mouthed waif had sprung ginormous bazongas, the likes of which you never see in high school.
Ah, back on track.
I took horse vitamins.
The very first question was, what would you do to improve school morale? I laid out a brilliant 5-point plan. Karen offered her 7-point plan. She repeated my 5 points, then raised her blouse, revealing points 6 and 7.
I won by a landslide.
But that was high school. Who doesn't have a few bad memories? I mean, one bad perm and your nickname is Greg Brady for 4 years.
I have devoted my entire life towards getting revenge. At first, I tried living well, but it turns out that's really not revenge at all. Then I read that Stanley Walker had died and that his widow was going to become the president of the company. Suddenly, I saw my chance.
Yeah, Scott, I don't know how familiar you are with corporate takeovers, but you can't just waltz in and buy out a company. It's a little more complicated than that, cowboy.
I've amassed a fortune of $500 million, and I've spent the last couple of years driving down her stock price so that I could take a controlling interest, and this is going to be the 10th company that I've done that to. Her tenure as CEO has been marred by mismanagement, corporate malfeasance, and in one instance, public drunkenness at the Central Park Zoo.
Hey, that goat stole my flask. What was I supposed to do, not punch it?
Yeah, I'd like to call for an immediate vote.
Whoa, slow down there, Captain Slick. It's easy to tear somebody down, but where is your plan? I have yet to see any evidence that you have a vision for this company. Who are these men with these notebooks that say vision on them?
Ladies and gentlemen, you have before you now my 100-point plan for the revitalization of Walker, Inc.
Oh, yeah? Well, I've got a 102-point plan. 103 if you're lucky. Well, thank you, everyone. I trust that what I've shown you today will help you to make an informed decision about the future of Walker.
Very impressive presentation, Ms. Walker. I hadn't seen him in a while. They still look like a 10th graders.
That's because they are.
Thank you both. If you could just give us a minute to vote.
I'm afraid your efforts aren't going to make any difference. I'm still going to win. I stomped your client back into the Ice Age. After today, they're going to be calling me the Scotty Mammoth.
Why wouldn't you just say Woolley? Oh, never mind.
We've taken a vote. We've decided to go with Scott Woolley.
Yes!
That is not you.
Karen, I was worried that after all these years, my revenge would feel empty and hollow, but I was wrong. It's awesome! I'm going to start moving into your late husband's office. So now it's your turn to cry, to wet yourself a little, and get beaten up by the marching band. Not that any of those things happened to me.
Karen, this is not over. Sure, he has brains and his fancy folders, and all we've got is your breasts. But, yeah, this is probably over.
Sweet of you to say, Wilma, but I'm just gonna say goodbye to the board. I'm sorry, everybody. I just wanted to say that, well, I'm a little hurt. I mean, I really thought that we were a family. Clive, I was there for the birth of your cocaine habit. Watching it grow over these past 8 years, I've never been prouder. And Jim, oh gosh, I remembered the 3rd anniversary of your S&M affair with old Charlotte here. Never told either of your spouses. Because that's what family does. They keep secrets. Secrets that I am no longer under any obligation to keep. Oh, like at last year's executive retreat, when Lynette and I...
I'd like to vote again. All in favor of Karen Walker, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Man, that is one sweet office that Stanley Walker had. Although I might replace the omelet station with, oh, I don't know, a computer.
Sorry, Scott, the board has reconsidered. Ms. Walker is once again the president and CEO of Walker, Inc.
What? Why?
Don't tell him.
No. You can't do that. Those folders were expensive. Why?
Well, it looks like it's time for you to go back where you came from. Beam me up, Woolley.
Wait. Here.
So hello, Miss Adler?
Oh, you must be Mr. Osmond.
Oh, please call me Haley Joel.
Haley Joel Osmond? Like the kid.
Yes. I was named after him. My parents were big fans. Anyway, let's look at those design plans.
I don't have the plans. We're really not at that stage yet.
No, but your office assured me that you'd be bringing them. That woman told me, oh boy, now I'm not going to remember her name. Claren, Carbon?
Karen?
Oh, yes, Karen.
Was she promised that I would be bringing plans?
Yes, she absolutely did,
Oh,
yeah.
I apologize for the misunderstanding.
It's just ridiculous. How are you going to do the job if you can't even handle your own assistant? I think you should fire her.
I can't fire her. It would be like cutting off my arm. My drunk, useless arm.
Do you want this job?
Of course I do.
Then fire Karen Walker.
Look, he gave me an ultimatum. He said, I either fire you or I lose the job. And he was talking about opening these restaurants all over the country. I mean, I could be the designer of Woolley's Revenges everywhere.
Woolley's Revenge.
I know, bad name. I go straight to diarrhea.
Wait a minute. Honey, this guy that you're working for, describe him to me.
I don't know, really tall, long-limbed, attractive.
Kind of like a big, sexy whooping crane.
Now that you say it, yeah.
Knew it, it's the same guy. Oh, no. Wait a minute, my guy's name is Scott Woolley, not Osmond. Okay, forget it.
I can only assume that this means that you fired Karen Walker?
I did. But I'd really rather not talk about it. It's just too upsetting.
Oh, yes. No, I understand. So how did she take it? Maybe not well?
She was devastated. She said that that job was the most important thing to her in the world.
Go on, go on. Keep going. Don't mind me. I may close my eyes a little bit. Go ahead.
After that, she became violent. I had to have her arrested. Then when the police were shoving her into the squad car, they had accidentally ripped her ear off. They were gonna try and put it back on, but a dog ran up and ate it.
Wow, it sounds like her life is ruined. Does it sound like that to you?
It does. But to Karen, it only sounds half as bad because she only has one ear.
I feel... That's awful. Oh, you know what a sad occasion like this calls for? A glass of 1954 Salon Le Menu, the world's most expensive champagne. Oh, I've waited so long for this moment. No champagne will ever taste as sweet. That tastes like cat pee.
That's because it is.
Excuse me.
Oh.
I don't mean to bother you during your man cry. But I forgot my portfolio.
Hold me?
Hold you? No, I'm not going to hold you. You tried to destroy my best friend, and you wasted my time on some bogus design job.
Oh, no, sweetie, I was always going to pay you. Here's your check.
Come to Mamala.
I'm pathetic. What if I can never defeat Karen Walker? Then what's the point of my whole life?
Oh, don't talk like that. You are smart, good-looking, rich. Don't waste all your energy on Karen. Just let it go.
I can't. She's all I think about. I imagine what she's doing every moment of every day. I look for her in crowds. I listen for her voice. When I'm pulling a pineapple cake out of the oven, I'm thinking, is she doing the same thing?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say that you had a little crush on her.
No, I just told you. I hate her. She's evil and monstrous and cold.
And sexy.
That's hunk and sexy. Oh, my God in heaven. You may be right. I think I do have a little crush on her.
See? Now you don't have to devote your entire life to ruining her.
Oh, you're so right. Thank you, Grace. Gee, you freed me. Now I can devote my entire life to making her my girlfriend.
Now you listen to me, Woolley. You and me ain't never gonna happen. Never! You hear me? Get the hell out of here before my date arrives!
Oh, you got a date?
Yes, I do. A big one. Enormous, actually.
400 pounds, but moves like 380.
That's right.
Loves midnight snacks on the beach, horseback eating, and will be wearing a green string around his wrist.
Your elevator hazard at whalewatcher.com.
Well, I hope your bow shows, because if that spotlight finds you all alone, my business associate, Benji, and I will be forced to laugh. Roll back and forth on the floor and laugh and just clutch each other and roll and laugh. Talk about business.
Listen, seed of Chucky, why don't you just leave me alone?
Why don't you make me?
I'll make you. If you bother the woman that I love one more time, I'm gonna rip out your tiny arms and give them to her on a charm bracelet.
Honey, no one's ever offered to dismember a dwarf and make jewelry out of him for me before. Beverly, meet Scott Woolley, my date.
Your date?
He was so big.
Really, Karen, I'm your date?
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
Karen, you've made me the happiest man on the face of the earth.
Oh, honey, exactly what Anita Bryant said.
I absolutely adore you. You are the brightest angel in all of heaven. Also, I'd like so much to get into your pants.
Honey, now don't make me cry.
It's time for the traditional spotlight dance.
Okay, honey, we're up. Come on.
Karen, sweet, just one quick word. Thank you. This is the first time I've ever felt truly happy.
Really?
Yeah, because to me, this isn't just a dance. It's the beginning of our life together.
Karen!
I'm sorry. Honey, I can't. I thought you were just a kook, but it turns out you're a sweet kook. Honey, I can't do this to you. To me, this is just a dance.
So there's nothing between us?
Nothing. And I'm sorry because I like you.
Well, liking sometimes blossoms into loving somebody.
Not this time.
What if we...
Never
what-
gonna happen.
Thank you. At least I got to feel something.